There's a million things you need to learn in trading, from price action to charts to SEC filings. I mean, there are so many facets. But today, I'm going to talk about the 6 number one things you need to start with to really get this niche down and become that consistently profitable trader. Hey everyone, Lead Trainer with Stocks to Trade, Tim Bowen here. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share these videos with your friends. We post a ton of stuff, podcast, how-to videos like this. I go live every single day in the pre-market prep, and I tell you, last few days, nailed some calls on that 8:30 webinar. And the best part about it is the moves, the plans that we focus on, entries and exits at 8:30 in the morning. Both these two recent plays, EVK and PPSI, were the last 2 days that played out perfectly. They broke in the afternoon. So the cool thing is you're there live. You write down your notes, use Evernote like I recommend, and you're prepared. You set your alerts, and you attack in the afternoon, and it's a beautiful thing. All right. That being said, if you're on the pre-market preps, if you're on these videos, some of these concepts are over your head, you're not sure what I'm talking about, you want me to slow down a little bit, I talk fast, check out the Steady Trade team. Twice daily webinars every single day. 2,500 webinars. We got worksheets, we got journals, we got techniques, we got all these resources. We got a book club. I mean, it's an amazing resource. Check out the Steady Trade team, and I would love to work with you. All right, today we're going to talk about the 6 top things, top tricks, top techniques, top ideas, top concepts, top to-do items you need to start with. Number 1, right off the bat, don't be cheap. Okay, Stocks to Trade. Obviously, I'm biased. I love it. I think it's the best platform out there. Listen, but it's not free. It's not Yahoo Finance. It's not Google Finance. It's not some app on your phone. But listen, especially if you're new, one of the best things about Stocks to Trade is everything in one spot. Okay, I tell this story a lot. Maybe you've heard it. I remember before Stocks to Trade. I mean, I had a dozen subscriptions to websites, downloadable apps. I mean, all this different stuff. I had to go here. I had to go there. I had to remember my password. I had to update my Java, or, I had to install some patch. And it was this band-aided system of minimizing windows, maximizing windows all over the place. Stocks to Trade has it all. I mean, everything's in here. And you don't have to learn different interfaces. You don't have to install different updates. I mean, it's all one spot now. It's not free, like I said, but nothing worth using. I mean, real tools. Okay, if you follow me on social media, you know I'm a weekend handyman. I buy nothing but Festool and DeWalt. They're some of the most expensive tools on the market, but you know what? They work exactly as I intended, and they last forever. Pay for quality, and it'll help improve your results. Number 2, always have a trading plan. Like I talked about in that pre-market prep. It's live in pre-market, okay, at 8:30 Eastern. So we're not necessarily live trading stocks, okay? I try and caution newer traders to avoid pre-market. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to teach, that classic teach a man to fish type idea. So I break down the idea, why do we care about this stock? And then what are good entries and exits? Then, it's almost like, back to that teaching a man to fish, it's almost like I give you the fishing pole, I give you the map, okay? I put you on the boat, and I'm like, okay, there's fish right here, go get them. So yes, I'm helping you, but I'm also trying to make you self-sufficient. And the biggest thing I focus on every time, an entry, a goal, and a stop, okay? If you don't have those 3 components, you're not trading. You're just gambling, okay? You're throwing something at the wall, hoping it sticks. And if you don't have that stop and that goal and your ideal entry, you might get lucky here and there, but you're never going to achieve that goal of a consistently profitable trader. Third thing is use a journal, okay? And I know I talk about Evernote a lot. I talked about it at the beginning. I love Evernote, especially because of what I do with the Steady Trade team. The great thing about it is I share all of my notes with everyone in the Steady Trade team. I mean, you can see my notes right here from this morning, all the tickers, entries. I link to past webinars, resources, books, all the journal, all the worksheets, both blank as well as completed worksheets. So that's what's great. Why I use Evernote is it makes it really easy for me to share with the Steady Trade team, the small group I work with. Now, when I got started, I was a paper notebook guy. Well, I still am kind of a paper notebook guy. I just got this from Rustico. It's actually very Indiana Jones. I like it. But I used to always moleskin notebooks, and I would just fill them up. And entries, exits, thoughts, okay? Remember, a lot of trading is you against that man or woman in the mirror, okay? Remember that. Get your psychology in order. If you're feeling FOMO, if you're getting emotional, write that stuff down. It's one of the best ways to overcome that goal and ideally improve it. I also used to, I'm kind of a paper guy, but I'd print charts out, put them in 3-ring binders, and I would code them. So I'd have my, morning panic binder. I could flip through, look at those charts, reference them to help, grease that groove. Because a lot of what we're doing in short-term trading is pattern recognition. Again, I keep mentioning the pre-market prep, but if you're on there, you'll see me seconds. I'm like, oh, this is a dip rip. This is a VWAP hold. This is a late day breakout within seconds. How can I do that? 15 years of staring at charts till my eyes bleed. So I did that with those 3-ring binders, and then it divided by the particular chart pattern, whatever it was, and I could flip through them, review them, etc. And then ultimately, hey, I know it's technology, not everybody's old like me, but Evernote is a great app. The nice thing, it synchronizes across multiple computers. You can share with your trading buddy. It works on the phone, everything. But I don't care what you use. I don't care if you use stone tablets, okay? You can pull a Fred Flintstone and chip your trading plan into it. Do something. Seriously. Write it down, whether that's typing or with a pen or whatever it is. And you can Google it. Everyone says to understand concepts, write it down. There's a reason they teach you as soon as you can write in school, you're just copying down notes, because then when the test comes, you can remember. Next thing is the scanners. Have real scanners, okay? And Stocks to Trade has hundreds of them. We've got the pre-built scanners, okay, that are built right in, biggest percent gainers, dollar gainers, earnings winners. We've got all of these tools pre-built. We've got, I think, 60 plus pre-built. And then the great thing is we've also got the screener builder. You can build your own, but if you're in the Steady Trade team, you get access to all of my pre-built, custom-built scanners that are, using my 15 years of experience, whether that be the VWAP hold, the breakout scan. Wow, 17 stocks on the VWAP hold. Mac, yes. Beautiful. So check on Mac, by the way. This is, I'm recording this Friday afternoon at 2:30. The stock is holding above VWAP and 15 cents from the high of the day. We got an hour and a half to the close. It's Friday afternoon. Definitely go back and take a peek at Mac on December 4th. But anyway, unlimited criteria. You can get as sophisticated or as simple as you want. You can scan by technicals, fundamentals, sector, float, earnings per share. It just goes on and on and on. Look at indicators, studies. Okay, you can get crazy sophisticated. I'm kind of a keep it simple kind of guy, but you can develop your proprietary strategy with the screener. And I love the way it's set up. I call them code blocks, basically. The programmers always make fun of me because they're like, these aren't like programming code, but I just like it because it's very visual. I can see right here my VWAP scan. I'm looking for stocks that are above $1, less than 20. They're up 10% on the day. They're trading greater than 1 million shares, and they're within 2% above or below VWAP. And you can just kind of follow that across. I used to use what was it? I think it was Stock Fetcher. It was called. Great. I think it's still out there. And it did me well for many years, but it was very code based, like programming language. And I always had to reach out to help to coders. I would explain to them what I wanted to do, and they would show me how to do it in that code. What's awesome about StockStraight, it's all visual. So if you're not that coder person, you can think more visually like I do. Second to last thing is, one of the biggest things is focus on time of day. And I am a very, very biased time of day trader. And this is a concept maybe you've heard me talk about in so many videos. We always think about that U-shaped volume and U-shaped price action. So we're looking to be aggressive early in the day, particularly that 9:45 window. And we're looking to be aggressive late in the day, right now, into that 2 p.m. window. And we're trying our best. Not saying you never trade pre-market, but we're doing our best to avoid that sideways chop through the middle of the day. And I've got a great example. PPSI was one of the big spikers this morning. Nailed that 9:45 breakout. Beautiful. Woo! Went from 5 to 6 plus in one candle. Beautiful. But then you can see it just did nothing for 4 hours. So if you're trying to trade that chop, you can get frustrated. You can burn your day trades. Whereas if you would have waited till late day, had a nice spike to the high of the day, and then ultimately pulled back. So if you're a short bias trader, you could be shorting this VWAP fail here. You can see it's below that level. So those afternoon fades are great short setups. But if you were in that middle day from 11 to 1-ish, you'd just be chopping up, burning day trades, burning commissions, burning your account. So 9:45 window, 2 p.m. window into the close. All right. Last thing, and I think this is the most important thing, and it's what really got me started. I had a lifelong interest in trading and finance, but I grew up in the 80s. I was a 80s and 90s. I graduated high school in 1992. I mean, there was kind of internet back then, but just like email and Telnet and Gopher, okay? You can Google some of those, FTP, to see how old I am, okay? But you didn't have the World Wide Web. You sure as heck didn't have YouTube, okay? You couldn't screen share with somebody with a webcam in HD. Didn't exist. And I didn't go aggressively into day trading until 2007. And one of the biggest reasons was this didn't exist. I mean, the ability to watch these webinars, to get a mentor. I had an amazing mentor that got me back in 2007. We're still friends today. We still work together today. And if I wouldn't have found him in 2007, I don't think I'd be here doing what I'm doing almost 15 years later. I'd probably still be. I mean, if I hadn't found a solid mentor, I'd probably be here, 13, 14 years later, still trying to figure this niche out. So versus knowing these patterns, versus knowing what a good setup is, versus helping you guys in the mentorship program. And that being said, I think one of the best mentorship programs out there is the Steady Trade team, okay? I truly have a passion for teaching. I love this stuff. I mean, again, I know this is the 6th time I've mentioned those morning webinars, but if you're there every day, I'm fired up, I'm ready to go. I just had a comment. Someone said, they're like, I don't need coffee because of Tim's morning webinars. I just love it. I mean, it's never drudgery for me to mentor traders, to teach traders. It's the worst part about it is Saturday and Sunday, because the market's closed and I'm not doing any mentoring. So check out the Steady Trade team. Take advantage of this stuff. Every day you can see my screen. You can ask me questions. You can watch video replays. It's just, I didn't have this technology. And man, I wanted to trade in the 80s and 90s. I couldn't. This didn't exist. Take advantage of this stuff. And instead of taking 5-10 years to learn it, maybe you can do it in a year. Maybe you can do it in 2 years. That's the beauty of mentorship, is that's that shortcut to proficiency. So check out the Steady Trade team. Check out the rest of our videos on the channel. Check out the podcast, the blog. I do a ton of stuff trading related. Check out all of it. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video.